Oh yeah. How are you, Charlie?
Here we go. I think Zachary's coming over.
Yeah, taking care of my family.
Okay, happy Hanukkah, everyone. So good to see you here. All right, well, let's just get warmed up a little bit by singing a few songs together. I bet you know this one. Ma'otu Yeshuati Lechana Elisabeya Nikom Betefilati Vesham Toda Misabeya Letachim Matbeya Azekmur Beshir Mizmur Kanyu Karamiteya Azekmur Beshir Mizmur Kanyu Karamiteya Rock of Ages, let our song praise thy saving power. Thou amidst the raging flood, watch our sheltering tower. Furiously they assailed us, but thine arm availed us. And thy word broke thy sword when our own strength failed us. And thy word broke thy sword when our own strength failed us. Okay, here's one. This might be a little ambitious, but I thought we could try this one. Well, let's try it together to start, and then maybe we'll break into a round. Let's see. Without the guitar, by the way, I'm hands-free this time. Last year, I nearly got frostbite, and my guitar nearly split in two. So I told Toby, I think my days of frigid temperature guitar playing are behind me, but we're going to try it a cappella. Miyim le'urot Yisrael otamine en bechodo yakum hagibor goel ha'am. Again. Miyim le'urot Yisrael otamine en bechodo yakum hagibor goel ha'am. Shema Bayamim ha'em b'zman hazeh Maccabi Moshiach u'Modeh U'byaminu kol am Yisrael Tached yakum na'igael. Who can retell the things that befell us? Who can count them? In every age a hero or sage came to our aid. Hark! In days of yore in Israel's ancient land, brave Maccabees led the faithful band. But now all Israel must as one rise, redeem itself through deed and sacrifice. Miyim le'urot Yisrael otamine ein bechol dor nakum hagibor goel ha'am. Miyim le'urot Yisrael otamine Ein bechodo yakum magibor goel ha'am. Okay. Well, we have how about one dreidel song? Do you know Sivivon Sof Sof Sof? All right, this is yeah. You can spin around if you're little enough to not go to not care if you fall. Personally, I don't recommend it, but Sivivon Sof 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 Chanukah hu Chag Tov Sivivka hu Chag Tov Sivivon Sof 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 Chag Simcha hu la'am Nis Gadol haya sham Nis Gadol haya sham Chag Simcha hu la'am Yatata 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 Sivivon Sof 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 Chanukah hu Chag Tov Chanukah hu Chag Tov Sivivon Sof 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 Nis Gadol haya sham Chag Simcha hu la'am Chag Simcha hu la'am Nis Gadol haya sham. All right, are we warm? Are we ready for speechifying? Well, I just want to say thank you for being here, and thank you to the governor for doing this every year. We're just so grateful, and it's so good to come together and celebrate our connection as Jews and proud Americans, proud Vermonters. Okay, next up.
Thank you. I'd like to invite the governor, Rabbi Raskin, the lieutenant governor, Toby, Beth, to stand on my left. Welcome everyone. Happy Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah to all gathered here at the State House for our annual menorah lighting with the governor of the great state of Vermont 2025. This has been an annual tradition for many, many years, and it is a true joy to be celebrating once again right here in front of the beautiful State House. Hanukkah is a celebration rooted in the fight for religious liberty. Over 2,000 years ago, the Syrian Greeks came into Judah and banned the Jewish people from practicing their faith. They dictated no more circumcision, no more Sabbath, no more public displays of our faith. But there was a small, courageous group of people, the Maccabees, democratic at heart and firm in their will and convictions. And they fought back, not to kill, not to murder, but rather to establish religious freedom in Jerusalem, where the Jews could once again celebrate their religion in the open. This assembly, this simple act of lighting candles publicly is a true testament to America's character. It is a shining display of religious liberty for all faiths to flourish, something that America has provided us and has been one of the greatest places for Jews to live. Unfortunately, the display of freedom is not to be taken for granted. As we have seen the horrendous attack across the globe, we are acutely aware that gatherings such as these have been targeted. We remember the 16 lights that were so tragically diminished. Our response to the attacks on public displays of faith such as these is not to back down, not to hide, but rather to come out all together here to celebrate Hanukkah at the State House. And I implore all of those attended here, let this be only the beginning. Let's show up. Maybe it's a Torah study class, a synagogue service, a community event. This is a time to shine bright. This is a time where we shall be the shamish, the light, so that our light may double in the memory of those whose lives have been diminished. Thank you very much for being here. First, I would like to invite Toby Weissman, the former director of JCVT, and one of the organizers of this annual tradition for many years, to come up and share a few words.
Happy Hanukkah, everybody. So wonderful to see everybody here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
About 15 or more years ago, Rabbi Raskin asked my husband David if he could see if we could have a menorah lighting at the State House. And it grew from a very small group of people to who you see here today. We have the governor here. He's been here. This is his 4th time here. And we're so grateful that you're here, Governor Scott. And I want to just thank the incredible staff here at the State House who have been so supportive over the years that we would have this kind of incredible celebration. And a few years ago, before COVID started, we were invited into the State House for the first time, just like people are invited after the Christmas tree lighting to come inside and celebrate. So we started to come in too as well, and so now we have our celebration indoors, and we just feel so welcomed here. The Hebrew word for Hanukkah means rededication. Each year we remember the miracle of shining our light in the darkness and overcoming the powerful forces that tried to make us hide our light. On Hanukkah, we are encouraged to shine our light even stronger in the darkness, as Rabbi Eunuch just said. We are grateful to stand strong and proud as Jews with our many allies who are here today with us. We are not alone, and we feel your support. This Hanukkah, more than ever, we need to rededicate ourselves to shining our light, to dispel the darkness. We all need to stand together as one to give each other the strength and courage not to hide our light, but instead to rededicate our efforts to ensure that each one of us can shine our light without fear.
Thank you. We'd also like to thank Toby for the wonderful work she has done for JCVT in the past. Next, I would like to introduce the Regional Director of Chabad Lubavitch of Vermont and the Senior Rabbi in Burlington of Chabad of Burlington, who established these public menorah lightings, which are now lit in over 7 locations across the state of Vermont, Rabbi Raskin.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah.
In Hebrew, we say Chanukah Sameach, that it should be a happy Hanukkah. It's very interesting that the word in Hebrew Sameach is an abbreviation of 3 things, and that is the 3 decrees that the Greeks had way back 2,200 years ago, that when they came to Israel and they forbid the religion, because what's interesting over here is throughout our history, it's known we suffered quite a lot. But many times it was a physical thing. They wanted to kill us just for being Jews. Just as what happened on Sunday, where a good friend of mine, the rabbi that was killed in Sydney, and a good friend of mine, his grandchild is in the hospital recovering. But over there was very clear, no question asked. The reason this happened, because they're Jewish. But the Greeks came up with another idea. There's no problem with being alive as a Jew. But what they wanted is we should change our ways of doing things. We shouldn't be religious. We should be mingle and be like them. So the first thing that they did, they decreed against three things. First of all, they didn't want we should have a Jewish calendar. They didn't want we should keep Shabbos, and no circumcision. That this is, by the way, those that know a little bit of Hebrew, that's the abbreviation of Sameach, Shabbat, Milah, and Chodesh. But we fought back. And after we fought back, unfortunately that turned into a physical war. But here, it didn't stop just by winning the war. They came into the temple, and the temple was desecrated. They couldn't find any kosher oil that he should be able to use it to light. So there was another miracle of finding the oil. That's, by the way, an interesting miracle that's not always talked about. But they found the oil. And then when they went to light, they saw that it's only going to be enough for one day. And it's going to take 8 days for the new oil to come. So there was the miracle that we know, that it expanded to 8 days. And that's the reason why we light for 8 days. We light the 8 days of Hanukkah. So here we have something very interesting. There were 3 miracles. They won the war, they found the oil, and there was a miracle in the oil. By divine providence, happens to be that today is Tuesday. That's also the idea of the 3rd day of the week. Also, what are we going to be lighting? The 3rd candle of Hanukkah. So it's an interesting connection with the idea of number 3. And the decrees that they wanted is also the idea of 3. What is the idea of 3? So in Hasidic thought, especially explained by the Lubavitcher Rebbe, Rabbi Schneerson, the idea of 3 is really a united point. It brings everyone together. There's on the right, there's on the left, there's on the middle. And the idea is to bring everyone together. How amazing it is how we are all standing here today. And that's such a very powerful point and a very powerful message. And it is a message of what this country was founded on, as mentioned before by Rabbi Unick, religious freedom. And this is exactly what bothered those terrorists. They couldn't take that the rabbi is going to go up and light the menorah candle, and in front of 1,000 people that were there, just like this, go ahead and kill. So here tonight, and this is the message of Hanukkah, because at the same time that gives us hope to each one of us. Every night we add on a candle. We add on hope to each one of us. And how beautiful it is to be here with outside as it gets dark. That's another thing of Hanukkah. And with the governor and the lieutenant governor and the other officials, because all this brings together how we care for each other, and we want that we, from here, from this capital, a message goes out. We stand together, and we are all entitled to serve and to be with our religious freedom and care for each other and help each other. And the main thing is that very soon, ultimately, we'll be married to the coming of Mashiach very soon. Happy Hanukkah!
Happy Hanukkah!
Thank you. I'd like to introduce the director of JCVT, Beth Lieberman, to share with us a few words.
Erev Tov, good evening, Governor Scott, rabbis, honored guests, and friends. This evening, we stand together as Vermonters in a place of public life and shared values, bringing an ancient ritual into the heart of our civic home. This is a powerful act of hope. But I struggle to find the words to speak today. The Jewish community is once again reeling. Hanukkah began this year in a moment of deep grief. On that first night of the holiday, horrific events that shattered lives and shook our sense of safety and peace. But though we carry the pain with us tonight, we refuse to look away from the suffering in our world. Our tradition makes room for this, teaching us that we do not need to choose between grief and hope. We can hold both. Chanukah is also called the Festival of Lights, but at its core, as you heard, the word Chanukah means dedication, and it shares a root with the word chinuch, education. Even in moments like this, we dedicate ourselves to teaching the next generation how to respond to darkness with humanity, integrity, and care. And there's another beautiful connection and another number in our tradition. The Hebrew word for oil, shemen, shares a root with the word for 8, shmona. Yes, we're having a few Hebrew lessons today. Oil fuels the light, and 8 pushes us beyond the natural order of 7 days. Together they remind us that when we tend, what sustains us, even when it feels scarce, even when we think there isn't enough, we can create more light than we imagined possible. Especially in challenging times, Chanukah teaches that light grows from the smallest spark. Our tradition tells us that both light and darkness are gifts, and that from the in-between place comes creativity, resilience, and a deeper sense of connection. There are so many little lights that make Jewish life shine across Vermont. Educators, volunteers, families, elders, young people, partners, and the allies who show up with courage and compassion. Like the businesses and public spaces that display a menorah or Happy Hanukkah signs. Together we shine our lights brightly, not in denial of the darkness, but in defiance of it. As we light this menorah tonight, I am proud to carry the torch that Rabbi Toby Weissman lit before me, honoring her legacy by continuing to bring Jewish light, learning, and belonging into the public square. May this Chanukah bring comfort to those who are hurting, strength to those who are weary, and a growing light for our community, our state, and our world. Chag Chanukah Sameach.
Thank you. Say a few words. We'd like to introduce the Lieutenant Governor, John Rogers, to say a few words.
Thank you. I'm not on the list, but thrilled to be here. And while we're all still reeling from the tragedies of the last few days on the Jewish community, I think it's a good time to come together and show that Vermonters support the Jewish community and all religions and religious freedom. It's what this country stands for. And so today, when there's much darkness around us, we will all look to the light. Happy Hanukkah.
Thank you. And now it is my great privilege to introduce the leader of our state, the man who welcomes us here every year to celebrate religious freedom on these hallowed grounds. Please give a warm welcome to the Governor of the State of Vermont, the Honorable Phil Scott.
Well, thank you very much. And before I begin, I wondered if I could have Toby come up and David come up. We, on behalf of Lieutenant Governor and myself and all of the employees here, state and so forth, wanted to give you a book thanking you for your years of helping us make the State House even more special than it is. And David Sheets is here as well. David, come on up.
Yes.
And so we just wanted to give you this book in appreciation for all you've done. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
David.
Indeed. Toby created this event out here, and she deserves a rest, but it's in good hands. Many menorah lightings to come. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, again, I want to thank all of you for being here tonight to celebrate this special holiday. Lighting the menorah here at the State House each year is an opportunity for us to celebrate the blessings of the past year. It also is a time to reflect on Hanukkah's lessons. which are an important reminder to all of us that there's always a light shining, no matter how dark or tough things may seem. There's no getting around it, and all the jelly donuts in the world aren't going to sugarcoat the recent heartache we've experienced, both here at home and across the globe, from the tragic deaths of Rob Reiner and his wife, to the senseless shooting of students at Brown University, and the mass murder of a number, too many Jews at Bondi Beach in Australia. And I can't help but think, why? Was it because they were a threat to anyone? No. They were gunned down because they were celebrating their faith. An indiscriminate killing simply because of conflicting beliefs. We're also seeing a rise in anti-Semitism. We all have an obligation to call it out when we see it, regardless of our religious beliefs. It's an unfortunate reminder that hate still exists, and that we need to work harder to treat one another with respect and civility for the sake of humanity. I think of the heroic actions of the individual in Australia as an example of this. A Muslim who was able to disarm one of the shooters, saving countless lives. He didn't think twice about whether he should act or not, because although it was dangerous, he knew it was the right thing to do, regardless of religion. And I believe there's an opportunity for all of us every single day to do the right thing, to help tamp down the divisive rhetoric we're seeing way too often and shine a light on the good. The holiday season is a special time for us to reflect and give back, and it's also a time to rebuild our sense of community, which helps us get through these difficult times. And by doing so, we'll leave our communities in a better place, with everyday acts of kindness and goodwill that I know still exists. I encourage everyone to use that spirit of giving, to be better people and better role models, and remind ourselves that there's always a light shining, no matter how dark things may seem. So I thank you so much for inviting me again this year, and I want to wish you all a happy, happy Hanukkah. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. We will now go to the menorah lighting. We'd like to honor the Shamish, the lamplighter of Montpelier, David, free to come and light the menorah.
מעשו ישועתי לך נאה לשבח תיכון בתפילתי ושם תודה נזבח ליתכין מטבח מצרם נבח אז אגמור בשיר מזמור חנוכת המזבח אז אגמור בשיר מזמור חנוכת המזבח.
Happy Hanukkah.
We'd like to take this opportunity to offer our gratitude to the incredible team that worked to organize this event, especially David Sheets. I think I got that right. Yes? Okay. Thank you, David. And Shayna Lyon and all the other organizers. Thank you very much. And also make a special thanks for the state troopers and the security here. Thank you very much. Everyone's invited here to join us upstairs in the State House for a storytelling with the governor and songs, sof ganayot, jelly donuts, hot apple cider at the cafe on the second floor. Everyone, you could go up through the main steps over here. There will be security before you go in. Thank you very much. Happy Hanukkah.
Jelly donuts.
There will also be free Jewish books up there on the second floor as well. Welcome. Oh, good to see you. Welcome, welcome.
I got it. Nice to see you. Are you going to come in?
Yeah. Tack.
All right, no, so you know.
Grandmother.